the first hot day of 2024, Phoenix Rising come together on a cooler night than the day was here on Rising Radio. With Ronan Heykoop, I'm Ryan Sykora. If you're not nervous, you don't give a damn. You don't care if you're not nervous. You're, too comfortable, and there's a problem being too comfortable in something. So I'm always a little bit nervous, but it's more so a nervous, like excitement. Once it starts, you're doing your job and you know you're good at your job. When it doesn't start, before it starts, you're like, am I good at my job? I don't know. When it ends, you're like, I don't think I'm very good at my job. But while it's happening, you have to just, I know what I'm doing. I'm very good at this. I'm gonna do this forever. 3 whistles, 3 points at home for Phoenix Rising. Stenberg in the 71st, and Rising are on 6 points in 2024. More often than not, I like the too far edit bays here on the 6th floor. When you're sitting there for 6-7 hours, every once in a while you need to get up and go just stare into the window of light and realize that you're in a real world. Okay, Phoenix so far has played, why am I blanking? I've literally done every game. Prep to me is educational. We're in an educational business. We're in a communication business. We are trying to communicate what is happening, what is being seen by my eyes into your ears. I have to know every single bit of thing that's going on instantly. I can have a little bit of delay, but I have to know things. With soccer, there's constantly something happening, there's constant motion. I need to know this. It just gives me the confidence to know exactly who that is, and I can display that, and then I have a little bit of information if I have time to say it. I try and memorize one thing per player, so I can just get it done. Dropping in, Tyreek McGee, the Jamaican international. It started on accident. A kid applied for a credential that we didn't know he was applying for. We totally would have been fine with it. But we tried to take advantage of it. We were stunned they said yes. We put a lot of work into it, and that work was rewarded with a promotion, if you will, to go full-time.
I think it's the fact that it's Phoenix Rising. You look at all the clubs at Cronkite, right? You got Blaze Radio. Watching, or rather listening to Phoenix Rising was my introduction to Blaze Radio. When I used to listen to Peyton Gallaher and Ryan Sykora just talk about the games in general, describe the action, that was kind of my ticket into Cronkite, or just understanding what Cronkite was all about.
We were still plucking kids and talent from Cronkite, and that was the idea, was that they could get the cream of the crop of not just soccer broadcasters, but people we felt had the potential production-wise, or could give them their only professional broadcasting experience at the school. So we've had anywhere from just under 15 to just north of 15 people involved over the 3 years. It's been really cool to put Cronkite's best people into a professional environment.
Although it's not something that we're doing at maybe like the most highest of heights, or we're not making any money doing this from Rising Radio, it is something that is still professional sports, and ultimately that's what a lot of people, including myself, had initially come to Arizona State and to Cronkite to do. So when the opportunity presented itself and you got amazing people that you can work with, everything they got to do, going to Charleston for the final and all that, it just seemed like the perfect opportunity for me. So when they asked me to do it and I got offered, I was like a complete yes right away. It wasn't even like a hesitation for me. It was, of course, I'd love to be a part of Rising Radio going into 2024.
Looks like he's got a decent break though, John. Some space here for him, but some sort of low cut around those trees.
He doesn't get tired or fatigued.
I envy a lot of his ability to just kind of sit there and lock in. For him, he can just sit there and 6-7 hours of prep and just be done, and we're good to go. His ability to fight sleep. I don't know if anybody's mentioned that. The kid doesn't sleep. Not gonna drink caffeine.
I'm all the Ds, ADD, ADHD, whatever it is, OCD. So I need constant stimulation always, which is why I like soccer. It's always moving. I'll put music on, I'll put a YouTube video on, I'll put Netflix on. I work better when there's something else going on in the background. It's not complete dead silence. and I can get going. Years older than I am, so he's 26. It's a week-long process that I'm never fully 100% engaged in because I don't have the time to be, but yeah, I can very easily sit here all day, forget that I haven't eaten food, which is not good. Give me like 3 water bottles and I'll be okay in here all day. I can get it done.
It's just it's not an if, it's a when he's gonna get called up to the MLS at some point. He's raw. I mean, he can work on distribution a little bit maybe, but other than that, that's really nitpicky.
Roe watches like every game on the USL slate every week, so he knows everything. I'm like, dude, that's insane. When sometimes like, he even like can like step over his own like lines and like not lines, like his own words because he wants to be good so bad. And like Ronan, like when he's just Roe, one of the best color dudes. Like you hear, like he's so smooth. He knows ball. He played soccer a lot.
And almost 20 to 30 passes right there, just connected in and out, triangular, moving to the side.
The more you know about one team, you're going to be able to use some of that implied logic on other teams and other results and kind of see like, oh, he was hurt, so this result doesn't mean that much. Just kind of basic like play-by-play analyst work 101, but I don't know. I've been doing this for 5 years at this point, not just footy, but hoops, football, other sports like that in high school back home. So it's kind of the same stuff that you would look for: trends, deviations from the trends. Is it causation? Is it correlation? All those fancy words that they throw in stats classes.
Backpack, a little crate almost with equipment, and then a TV screen for a monitor. Take that from the parking lot, carry it up there. We're on top, we're out in the elements, so we can get noise from the crowd. From there, it's set up. That includes checking audio, making sure, XLRs don't have, damage to them and stuff like that. And then from there, we'll check audio. We'll grab a soccer ball or whatever. I'll typically go for a walk around the stadium. And then by then, it's usually 6:30. Lineups come out at 6:30. We're live in 20 from there, so we scramble to get lineups together. We have graphics for that and stuff for our radio stuff, and then from there it's kind of go time. Typically go live at 6:48, pregame starts 6:50, game starts at 7:33 or whatever, and then from there I think about nothing other than a soccer field, which is kind of lame when you put it that way.
Vibes are high.
The center is the guy on the TO.
And the first time you sit in that chair, you're just focused on making sure you don't miss anything. Like between changing the graphics or throwing up the lineups, one, you have to sit down and realize that most people are not looking at the screen. It's a radio broadcast. And two, it's okay to mess up.
I think Kevin doesn't like to make mistakes, not only because he doesn't like to make mistakes, but because he doesn't like to make mistakes on my behalf. He understands that when he makes a mistake, it looks like everybody made a mistake. And I think someone like him is awesome for that.
It's just making sure the show runs smooth. And everything outside of that is the talent. That's what I refer to them as, the talent. That's not me.
We bring in Mahir Sinhasan now to chat with us. He's our sideline reporter.
I think I was a little nervous knowing the fact that it's a USL radio station. There's going to be thousands of viewers watching. So I knew I had to be on my A game, and the nerves kind of got to me at first, but I was able to settle in.
Yeah, absolutely. The goal tonight is win, but more importantly than that, I think it's to restore some confidence within not just the club itself, but to its fans.
You have to understand, this is radio. These guys have to go back to their work to describe the story, to describe the play going on.
Remy Cabral has a go, and it rattles off the crossbar.
So when I'm on the headset, it's just be concise, be consistent, and make sure you know what you want to say. You do feel like there's a spot where it's bigger than yourself. There's something about that club that makes it special. There's something about the people you're with that makes it special. And you realize just the unique opportunities you get within this club.
We're gonna work hard, we're gonna get our stuff done, but we're also going to enjoy it. We're gonna crack jokes. And I think that it's very rare that you get to kind of do something that means so much with your friends. And I think we all benefit from that kind of connection between having fun, being free, but also working hard and putting together a good product.
Right? It drives you to be better, it drives the group to be better, because everyone around you has stake in this. And everyone around you wants to put this on their resume, so you need it to look good. You want it to look good.
He drives it to the back post, top of the 18, Formella, a shot through traffic, not out and in! 1-0 Rising! If that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will. In the 71st minute, Phoenix have the lead against Colorado Springs. A rejoice off a rebound in the south end. John Stenberg's first of the year.
So it's that drive to collectively pursue something and create something that is just great with people you care about.
I feel like at Cronkite, like my first semester, I struggled to like gel.
I didn't do anything in Cronkite for the first 2 months. I played soccer. I didn't want to quit.
I think the downtown campus played into that. Like, I don't really love living downtown. I came to ASU to do ASU, and I felt like when I came downtown, I didn't really get to do ASU. For like the first semester, I was just kicking rocks. I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this.
I knew once I decided, okay, if I can't do this, I gotta fill my time with something else. So the work ethic is just filling my time. I would rather be doing something productive than playing Xbox.
That's why I liked Blaze, because I started to work in, and I started to find people that I liked, and I made bottom of the sixth, and I became really good friends with the people on bottom of the sixth, and I started to work in, and it started to feel a little better. It's been like important, not for me just as like a, man, I want to do play-by-play. Everyone wants to do play-by-play. It's like made me like, I'm just happier because of it. Like I've had like a better time. My college experience has also been enhanced because of Rising Radio.
Friends, make some noise for the kids out here.
Sometimes you're not going to get that role that you want to.
I don't think we do a good enough job at times of telling kids, hey, you're not that good. Because someone who's not that good, newsflash, they can get better. I know that's a wild concept, but
Peyton Gallaher told me no, right? So many people told me no. And just don't listen to it. Don't take it personally. And don't look sideways. Put the blinders on of like, hey, like, oh my God, he got this title. Oh, he's respected by this person. Oh, this person thinks he works hard. It's like, it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. Just work hard. Put the nose to the grindstone, see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but you can't say that you didn't try.
If I put my foot in the door and it didn't work, I can live with that. I can't live with watching something pass by.
3, 2, 1.
Say yes to everything is like pretty much the motto that I've picked up from Cronkite, and I just implemented that. Like, did I know soccer? No. Did I want to give it a shot? Did I say yes? Yes, like absolutely.
I would say the biggest thing is to just put yourself out there, put yourself into a situation where if you want to do something, do it in silence, make your own opportunity, and you can get some opportunities like this.
And we will step aside on Rising Radio.
I have to move it along, right? We don't want it to die. That's the end goal. We want it to be something that I can look back when I have a job in 30 years and go, Rising Radio's still a thing?
Rising 1. Colorado Springs.
That's perfect.
Switchbacks nil for Ronan Heykoop, Mahir Hassan, Kevin Cardez. Ryan Sykora saying goodnight. 3 points to the good at 38th and Washington.
Anything else you'd like to add? I know we touched on a lot.
Yeah, no. Kevin Cardez sucks. He's the worst. Clip that, send it to me. Kevin Cardez is terrible. That is the only thing I have left to add. Kevin Cardez is awful.
This can get cut up, right?
Yeah. It's gonna
Ryan Sykora is a dick. I'm joking. Like, just kidding. I love Ryan. Like,
Are you kind of amazed as well as everyone else the way he kind of functions with his prep?
Everybody was hyping him up.
Maybe.
Ah, come on. But